Well, hello there, everyone. Hopefully, you're doing outstanding on this day before Thanksgiving. Hopefully, you have a great Thanksgiving. It's going to be a quiet one for us, but that's okay. We'll probably go out to eat dinner somewhere on Thanksgiving. Anyway, we seldom eat out anymore, so we'll treat ourselves on Thanksgiving Day. Of course, we won't eat very much, though. Anyway, I'm Mazske Finance. I'm going to give you some of the best advice on investing, okay? So stand by. And remember, there's always something at the end that can probably help you out more than anything. Who knows what it'll be today? Anyway, I am Mazske Finance. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a CPA. I'm not an attorney. Anyway, I was perusing through various emails, and there's one, I get emails from a lot of places. One was from Choose FI, Financial Independence. Choose FI, Choose Financial Independence, right? Makes sense, doesn't it? But anyway, one email that came out, let's see, on November 22nd. Yesterday, it came out yesterday. And it's different sections of the email, like a lot of emails are. And the guy that wrote this called it Munger's Best Quotes on Investing. Do you recognize the last name Munger? Charlie Munger. He's the vice chairman of Berkshire Hathaway. Him and Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett's the founder. Warren Buffett's the top guy. Charlie Munger is the other guy, the second guy. All right. And Charlie has... This email says that he came across a Twitter thread with 100 of Charlie's best quotes on investing. And he said the entire thread's worth diving into, but he wanted to curate some of his favorites, okay? And it's only a few of them, so I want to run down these favorites because it's great investing advice. Take them all. Learn from them. Study them. Practice them. Become a great investor. It's not very hard, and yet 90%, más o menos, plus or minus, of Americans don't invest. Go figure. All right. Very first one he has here is it's waiting that helps you as an investor. And a lot of people just can't stand to wait. Patience is a virtue, right? A lot of people just can't stand to wait. By investing, we don't get rich overnight. It takes time. It's a journey. It's a progress. You have to let it play out. It takes time. Okay? Next one, moving on. Everywhere there is a large commission, there is a high probability of a ripoff. So when there's a large commission, there's a high probability of a ripoff. Two that just come to mind, real quick off the top of my head. Buying cars, buying houses. Both salesmen for both those products get a commission. But there's other commissions. There's plenty of sales jobs. People get commissions, right? I mean, a variety of different things. So keep that in mind. All right? If they get a large commission, there's a high probability of a ripoff. Just keep that in mind. All right, here's an important one. Develop into a lifelong self-learner through voracious reading. Cultivate curiosity and strive to become a little wiser every day. How many of you read on a daily basis? Do you read anything? I know a lot of you, if you're watching this, you watch YouTube videos. But how many of you actually read? By reading, I still read a newspaper. I know there's young people who say it's like a dinosaur. But one thing I like about a newspaper, I don't read all the political stuff in there. I try to minimize that kind of reading. But there's always a variety of articles in a newspaper. Pretty much any newspaper. Local newspaper, or sometimes even the Wall Street Journal might have a variety of different topics, different articles. Could be travel, could be nature, could be this, could be that, could be that. Reading's good for you. I always have a bookshelf behind me when I'm in here. There's always books spread out in my house. Okay, I read a variety of different topics. I recently read books by Louis L'Amour. Have you ever read Louis L'Amour? I don't read all investing books. I read other books. I don't have it in here with me. I'll show it to you a different day. I've read this before and I read it again recently. Bendigo Shafter. I gave it to one of my sons recently. Bendigo Shafter by Louis L'Amour. He has some great life advice in that book. Okay, it's a story, it's a novel, it's entertainment, but there's great life lessons in that book. So many books have lessons about a variety of topics, novels as well as nonfiction. Okay? All right, moving on. In my whole life, this is by Charlie Munger, in case you're tuning in late. He jumped around. by Charlie Munger. In my whole life, I have known no wise people who didn't read all the time. None. Zero. You'd be amazed at how much Warren reads and how much I read. They think I'm a book with a couple of legs sticking out. All right, you got that? Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. Charlie Munger is something like 96, 98 years old. Warren Buffett's right up there in his late 80s, 90ish. They are billionaires. They're super rich. They both read every single day. I have talked to a lot of people. I used to go in schools. I'd read to little kids. I handed free books out to like 35,000 books plus minus. I handed out to various grades. And I've talked to so many kids. I've talked to so many adults who tell me they don't have time to read. They don't like to read. When they read, they fall asleep. So on and so on and so on. There's always excuses, okay? So if you fall asleep while reading, are you tired? Do you read right before you go to bed where you're tired? If I read right when I'm really tired going to bed, when I was younger, it would keep me awake because I would be engrossed in the story. But now if I start reading late at night when I'm ready for bed, I might fall asleep because I'm getting older, okay? So if you're reading at night, maybe try to read a different time of day. Or if you try to read and you fall asleep, make it silent, which can be conducive to sleeping, right? But have a lamp on or a light or something. And if a book has 300 pages, if you read 1 page a day, in 300 days you're done the book. If you read 5 pages a day, 60 days, I think, in 2 months you're done the book. Something like that. Okay? So take a book into small segments if you have to. Read a chapter a day. Read 5 pages a day. Read 2 pages a day. Something like that. But just get started. There's other ways to read. Some people prefer to listen. They can learn by listening. Okay, I get that. I understand that. You can listen while you drive. You can listen while you do different things. I understand that. So listen to a variety of books. Don't listen to just investing books. Even though I normally show investing books, don't listen to just investing books. Let me turn around real quick. I'll pull a book out and just show you one. Man, I hurt my knee the other day, so excuse me. Here. Sorry. When I was a young guy, 35 years ago, I was told I had a crown in Malaysia. It's the disintegration of cartilage in my knees. And I was told back then I could have knee surgery. But in the report the doctor gave me said that type of surgery was in its infancy. When I still hear about it, they can, a lot of times with surgery, do more damage than they do good with what I have. When I have a piece of cartilage breaks off in there, it hurts. But it seems like I'm guessing it crumbles up in there where the pain disappears. So go figure. I'll just get knee replacement surgery sometime in the future. But anyway, here's a book by Lou Lamore. It's been a while since I've read it. It's called Last of the Breed. He writes a lot of westerns, but you can see that's not a western. There's fighter jets back there. He's running, but it looks almost like a bow or something in his hands there. So it's just a novel. You can learn a lot from novels. Because who wrote those novels? What kind of life experiences did they have? Okay, moving on. I try to get rid of people who confidently answer questions about which they don't have any real knowledge. The gurus out there, the experts, they haven't lived it, but they're telling a good story. Be wary of those who know everything but know nothing. All right, moving on. Part of what we must learn is how to handle mistakes and new facts that change the odds. Life, in part, is like a poker game, wherein you have to learn to quit sometimes when holding a much-loved hand. All right, next one. Generally speaking, envy, resentment, and self-pity are disastrous modes of thoughts. Generally speaking, envy, resentment, and self-pity are disastrous modes of thoughts. Negative thoughts like that. Criticizing yourself, being like you're envious of Mazske. You think Mazske has life good. You're envious of me. It'll bring you down. Don't be that way. Don't be that way about other people. All right? Don't feel sorry for yourself. You've heard me say, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Have grit. You probably heard me say, if you're a real estate investor, you're going to get punched. You're going to get knocked down. You might even get kicked and stepped on. But you got to get back up and keep plugging away. And what I mean by that is real estate will try you. Real estate will test you. There's always something happens with real estate. All right. And that's why it's that way. It's why a lot of times people, they don't want to invest in real estate. They think it's too much. They can't handle it. Well, by golly, if you think you can't handle it, toughen up. Get tougher skin or something. You can handle it. You can. All right. Last one here. What is the secret of success? I'm rational. That's the answer. What's the secret of success? I'm rational. That's the answer. It's not possible for investors to consistently outperform the market. Therefore, and I might slightly disagree with him on this, therefore, your best served investing is a diversified portfolio of low cost index funds or exchange traded funds. Okay? I get it. I understand it. I just happened to, maybe I was lucky for 2005 to 2018, 13 years, I had like an 18% return with picking individual stocks. Maybe I was lucky. I don't know. But it was a good run, right? And the next 2 years, I was averaging 100%. 2019, 2020, I was averaging 100% a year. So maybe I was just lucky. I don't know. But I don't invest in stocks anymore. Very few. I have a couple of dividend stocks, but I like real estate. But even more than real estate now, as I've learned to discover, is mineral rights, acreage, and oil drilling. I think I like both of them better than real estate. But to get started in those, you got to be accredited. And the best and fastest way to get accredited, the best and fastest way to build wealth with investing when you're not accredited is to invest in real estate. Anyone can do it. I've shown that. I was low income. I have a playlist, how I went from 0 to 25 rentals in 4 years. I used very little of my own money to get started. But there's other factors that came into play. Watch those videos, learn from what I did, learn from my mistakes, learn from my successes, and do it yourself, okay? So with that being said, have a great day and have a great Thanksgiving. I'll try to make a quick video tomorrow too. Take care. Maskey's signing out.